video. So in this video, I want to talk about why credit is important and what does it mean to have good credit, or what does it mean in terms of when someone sees you with a higher credit score, what do they think of you? If you have a lower credit score, what would they think of you? So stick around and let's go into the details on what exactly this means. So first, I want you guys to understand that credit is like, it's everything. It's your reputation. It determines, what type of job you're going to get a lot of times, what area you're going to live in. When you look at certain credit scores, you can know kind of what type of income they have. Are they used to paying their debts? Are they behind on a lot of their bills? It tells you everything you really need to know about a person. When you see somebody have a car note, sometimes you'll look on someone's credit. This is how you can kind of tell income. You can look on their credit report and you can see, oh, they got a car loan. How much is their car loan for? When you see somebody with a $15,000 car loan, sometimes compared to somebody that got a $100,000 car loan, like, dang, the income, they must have a higher income. When you see somebody with a mortgage on their credit report, you see a $100,000 mortgage, and then you see, a $600,000 mortgage, there must be some income. This person must have a higher income. So that's how they're able kind of to determine what's your income. They're able, when you look at someone's credit reports, you're going to have their address. You can look up addresses, and a lot of people do this a lot. They look up the address and they can see like what area you stay, how much do people in these areas typically make, how much education they have. They know a lot by your zip code. So a lot of people like, well, they're not able to discriminate for you. They already know based on your zip code what type of credit these people usually have, what's their educational background, how much income they have. They can determine a lot of that based off your zip code. You don't see a lot of people that's rich staying in the poor neighborhoods. You see them staying in the areas where a lot of people have money. And the same thing too, a lot of people that's poor, they can't stay in a rich area. They could not afford a $600,000 mortgage. So when they look at your zip code, they can be like, oh, okay, so if you're in this area, I can only assume that this is your income. This is what you're about. Now, listen to this. A lot of people wonder, why do they even care about your credit? Why does it even matter? When I want to go get a car, they should just give me a loan. Now, a lot of people say that, or they say I should be able to get a mortgage. The thing is, your credit is how good you are at paying. So if you get a credit card and you're not paying it, they're going to tell other people, don't give Rickita a credit card because she's not going to pay it. Look at the late payments that she's done with me. All that is telling them your history with them. If you got a loan, you didn't pay it back, and now it's in collection. Other companies can pull your credit reports and see, okay, you have 4 of the loans on here, Rickita, that you did not pay, so we're not going to give you another loan because you haven't even paid them back yet. What's the chance of you paying me back? So when they see all that negative stuff, they don't want to give you a loan. But if they go back in and they see a lot of positive things, like, oh my gosh, Rickita, you paid off a car loan, you just got a new car loan, and you're paying on time, you don't have any late payments, you're paying all your bills on time. Look, you even got a $15,000 credit card and you're not even touching the balance on it. Sure, I give you a credit card. If they see that you got a $15,000 credit card and it's maxed out, who will really want to give you that money, the amount of money that you'll want? That's why it's always best, if you want to get more credit too, make sure you pay those bills down. But when they look at your credit reports, they're going to try to determine what type of person you are, just looking at your credit reports and seeing, are you paying bills on time? What type of credit you have? Are you able to manage this type of credit? Your highest credit card is only $2,000, but you want me to give you a $20,000 credit card? I don't think you can manage that. It's just, when they look at your credit reports, you really don't even need to ask anything from the person. You can just see a lot from the credit reports. That's why it's best if you clean up your credit. So if you have negative things on there, get that stuff cleaned up. Clean up your credit. Get all those negative accounts deleted. Anything that said you was late, you didn't pay them, you currently owe somebody that's a collection. You say if you have high limits on your credit cards, pay those down or get more credit cards that can help with your ratio to you guys, your utilization. So you want to make sure that it looks like out of all the credit you got together, you're not spending a lot of money. So sometimes people just pay those down, or they get other credit cards to help with their utilization, which is going to raise the credit score up and show that you have more credit out there. Yeah, you used a lot on this card, but look, I got still $20,000 I haven't touched. But it's not just saying, oh, I got a $5,000 credit card and I maxed it out and I don't have anything else. But yeah, I maxed out my $5,000 credit card, but I got $20,000 I never touched. So definitely work on your utilization, you guys. And I was talking to my electrician yesterday, and he was like, He's asking me the things like, hey, you still need to help people get their credit score, or you still need to make sure you're helping people get their credit score over that 700, 750, 800. And these are really the basic things. Just make sure that you don't have a high utilization on your credit cards. You make sure you're paying all your bills on time, and make sure that you always I would say just pay ahead of time, because that late payment, I'm telling you, that's going to be the thing that hurts you. And do not close those accounts that you had open for a while. Keep them open as long as you can. So a lot of times credit card companies will stop after like a year or two. If you haven't been using it, they're going to drop that balance down. Drop your credit limit down, or they may even close the account. So make sure you spend something on these cards to just make sure you keep them active, because somebody that had a long history, they're really going to win. But make sure you guys, I want to make sure I go into detail on more videos about this, why you shouldn't close your accounts, and how you can keep your utilization low, how can you get to that 750 or higher. I just want to make sure that if you want to get a car, you want to get a house, you want to get some credit cards, whatever you want to get, your credit score is good enough to get it. You don't have to be like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna have to pay a high amount. I don't want you to be in that situation. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions for me. I'm doing a lot of answering of the questions, making a lot of videos on that. And make sure you guys text the score to 21,000 to be a part of my texting club. And my daughter, she has actual makeup line coming out, so where she's doing glosses. So this is one of the flavors she have now. It's a cherry. She don't have her label on them yet, so we still doing them. But when I tell y'all my lips are really soft from this, it really is. Like, it's a lot of vitamins in here, and it's vegan too, you guys. I think that's really the biggest part. It's vegan, and it has a lot of vitamins in here. A lot of oils in here. So like, look how glossy my lips are. But they really soft. So I had wore this, and then the next morning, we was making them, and I had got one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start using it because it smells like cherries too. So I kissed Babe, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can smell it. Smell fruity. So I like this too, and I was thinking like, dang, I'm gonna really start using this. But the next morning, it came off, but my lips was so soft. I'm like, they like really make your lips soft. But I'll talk to you guys later. Drop your comments, and don't forget, after this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do the shopping cart trick. If you guys don't know how to do the shopping cart trick, I'm trying to teach you how to do the shopping cart trick, where you guys can get credit cards without them even checking your credit reports or checking your credit score. So if your credit is jacked up, you probably can get a credit card. I'm going to show you how you can do that right after this. Bye.
Do is, if you want to try my trick, I want you to opt into Factor Trust. So to opt into Factor Trust, you have to go ahead and click here. So this is the website. I'll have it down in the description. I want you to opt into Factor Trust. So when you opt into Factor Trust, all you're doing is telling them, hey, I want to get credit card offers. And you have to apply. You have to actually give them your name, your address, your social security number, your date of birth. They're a credit bureau, so they're similar to, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Those are the three major ones. But go ahead and click submit. After you click submit, then you want to go ahead and enter the information that I told you that you'll have to submit. Go ahead and submit the information and click confirm. Now, when you submit this, remember, you're telling them I want offers. So be prepared to get a lot of offers in the mail. But that's good, because remember, you're trying to build your credit score up. And for you to build your credit score up, you need at least 4 credit cards. Now, let me show you what you can do after you actually opt in. After you opt in, then you have a chance of getting approved for credit cards without them actually checking your credit score. So let's go ahead and go to victoriassecrets.com, because that's an easy website where you can just test and see if you can do the opt-in. You don't have to get the credit cards, but you can see if you get the pop-up saying you're pre-approved without them checking your credit scores and without them actually give you that hard inquiry. So let's go to victoriassecrets.com. So after we go to victoriassecrets.com, I want you to put $200 to $250 worth of items in your cart. I already have items in my cart because I did not clear my cookies. So if you try this trick and it's not working for you, I want you to clear your cookies. I want you to clear your cookies, and I want you to go into incognito mode. And if you want me to go through that, let me just run through it really quickly. You don't have to ask. I'll just do it. Let's go ahead and click the 3 dots here at the top. So there's 3 dots at the top, and go to settings. After you go to settings, I want you to put pop into the box. And I'm going to kind of go fast because I don't want to, if you already know this, I don't want to, pull you through it. But I want you to go ahead and click here where you see it's highlighted with the pop. Go ahead and click there, scroll to the bottom, and you want to make sure that you click pop here, and then you allow pop-ups. You make sure that it says allowed. So make sure it says allowed on your computer. Go ahead and click enter again on pop. Let's go ahead and just put pop in again. I want you to go to clear browsing data. That's your cookies. That's when they track you. They know where you've been. So far they say I've been to 169 sites. I downloaded 10 items. Like, they know too much, right? So I want you to clear your data. So after you clear your data, they're not going to have this information anymore. So I want you to go to the Victoria's Secrets website, but I want you to do it in an incognito mode. I'm able to do it without incognito, but I want you to see what it looks like to do it in incognito. And this is actually called the shopping cart trick, what we're going to be doing. So I want you to put Victoria's Secrets here, click submit, click enter, and I want you to put that $200 to $250 worth of items in your cart. So I like to just go ahead and hover over sleep and go to Cami sets. But again, it can be any $200 to $250 that you want to go ahead and pick the items. You can pick them yourself. You don't have to go ahead and follow these items, but I suggest you follow them, but you don't have to. And you can always rewind, slow it down, or whatever it takes so that you can go ahead and get this trick to work for you. So I like to click the small, and I like to get 4 of them. And so I get the same items. I don't like to go ahead and get different items. I think it's just too much work and it's not necessary. So I want to add this to my bag. Now I want to click checkout. Now, as you can see here, the items is actually only $198, but with taxes, it's going to put me over that $200 mark. So I'm not concerned about it. So I'm going to click checkout. After you click checkout, you want to check out as a guest. So go ahead and click checkout as a guest. Now, I want you to go ahead and type your information in, that same information that you put into Factor Trust. I want you to put your first and last name here, your address here. I want you to put your phone number and your email address in. And the only reason why you want to put that same exact information, that's because when the Factor Trust sent your information over to these credit card companies, the only thing that they gave them was your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address so that they can mail you stuff, they can email you things, you can get all these different offers, right? So put that same information in here, but I'm going to type this information in of the client that I have. So remember, you want to make sure that this is that same information. If you do not put the information in correct, then they're not going to go ahead and give you that pop-up that I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm just typing in all the information that you will have to put in so that you can get that pop-up. And keep this in mind too. There's over 60 different credit cards that allow you to get credit cards without them checking your credit score. So go ahead, if you get approved for this one, if you get the pop-up, I want you to get the shopping cart trick guide in the description where you can see those 60 different credit cards. So I have all of the information put in. So I just want to verify that everything is correct so we can get the pop-up. So far, everything is correct. I want to click continue to delivery. So after you click continue to delivery, this is the pop-up that you're going to get. It's going to say, congratulations, you're pre-approved for the Victoria's Secret credit card. And this is the pop-up for all of the companies. You should get the same exact pop-up saying that you're pre-approved. Now, they're asking you to pick which credit card you want to get. So I always like to get the pink. If you watch this plenty of times because you're trying to master this trick, then you know I love the pink card. So I'm going to click accept now. And what they're going to ask you for is they want you to put your date of birth here, your last 4 digits of your social twice, and they want you to go ahead and check this box here and click finish, submit for review. So that is what they want you to put here. And remember, after you go ahead and put this information in, they're going to let you know, congratulations, you're pre-approved for $500. You're pre-approved for $1,000. Now, I don't suggest that you actually buy the things on this. I don't suggest that you go ahead and get it. What I would do is I would just exit out. So I would click that X right there. And after they tell you how much you're approved for, they're going to send you that card in the mail. So you can go ahead and look at my guide down in the description. It's called the Shopping Cart Trick Guide. And you'll be able to get those same credit cards that's on that guide. And remember, they're not going to be checking your credit score and they're not going to be pulling your credit reports, giving you that hard inquiry. But if you have problems with hard inquiries, then go ahead and look down in the description. I have the hard inquiry removal guide also, where you can go ahead and remove inquiries from your credit reports. But yes, guys, I taught you guys the trick. So now I want you just to implement it. And remember, you want to opt into Factor Trust. After you opt into Factor Trust, it's going to be so many different offers coming in the mail. And now they're going to tell these different companies that you want to get the credit card, which is going to make it easier for you to be able to get them. So if you have any questions, go ahead and call or text me. My phone number is 833-Rickita. And remember, I'm always here for you. So you can always call or text me. You're my assistants. We're definitely here for you. And if you want me to try to see if I can do this trick for you, I also have a section in the description that says, click here if you want me to try to do the trick for you. And usually that trick can be done within 24 hours so I can see if I can get you pre-approved. If you have any questions, like I said, call or text me. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with your Cash App so you can be entered into my monthly drawing.